Hi, I'm Casper St. James, and I host the Zero Budget Talk Show. When I was signed on to host the Zero Budget Talk Show, I thought I knew exactly what I was going to get into. But I didn't really have much of a choice. I needed the money, and it was really the only thing I had on my table. I assumed I would be interviewing B-list actors, second-rate sports figures, and people of that ilk. I was wrong. My first episode as the host, I interviewed the band The Ubiquitous Melancholy, which perfectly describes the experience of being around them. Not only did I have to interview them, but I had to interview them twice, because my producers thought it would be in the best interest of the show if we refilmed the first episode and I had to spend more of my time talking to heroin addicts. The second episode, more substance abuse. There was the leader, or someone who operated a marijuana dispensary, St. John Carmichael. Although he was more pleasant, I suppose, than any of the members of the Ubiquitous Melancholy. And also I had to interview, or actually it was a round table, well, square table style debate with St. John Carmichael and another fellow named Wiley Huxley, who was a post-apocalyptic survivalist. And they discussed the merits of eminent domain. They had no idea what eminent domain was. Wiley Huxley just avoided the question and started talking about imminent world domination. And St. John started talking about a recipe he had for marijuana pizza called imminent destruction. Yeah, it's that was our highest rated episode. But gosh, the third episode we actually had a worthy guest. Walt Kelly was on our show. He was a philanthropist and skateboarder. Unfortunately, this happened to be during a time when my producers felt it necessary to give me a sidekick and hired Matt Kinsley, a guy who failed clown college. He completely ruined the episode, completely ruined any chance I had of doing a serious interview with someone worthy of being interviewed, and Walt left the show completely angry and upset, understandably because of what Matt Kinsley was doing. And last I heard, Walt has returned, unfortunately, to a life of drugs. He's homeless and or presumed homeless because nobody can actually find him. But that's that's how the show operates. The producers have changed the format twice. We're about to film the fourth episode, it will have been the third format change. It's going to be somewhat of basically a late night show infused with a news show. I don't know why. They said it would help if we were more topical, but I don't know what to do. Just once, I would like to sit into that lounge chair behind the two TV trays that serve as my desk, interview someone who is interesting, who is self-aware, and is doing some kind of good in the world, or at least is interesting, and not be, obstructed by pandering to, I don't even know what Matt was pandering to. I guess his fellow clown college rejects. I hosted Dateline for a while before I had this job, but I had a few personal demons, and I went on air intoxicated. It wasn't too bad, but they felt it was in everybody's best interest if I left the program, and perhaps it's fitting that I ended up on a show where I interview people who are constantly, abusing drugs. But it is a shame that one mistake just completely ruined any chance I had at a respectable career. I have become a laughingstock among my peers, and I don't feel like that's who I am. I feel like I have an enormous amount of potential that is being wasted because of a few personal mishaps. My brother is the cameraman, and although I don't think he is a substance abuser, he is very delusional, and I wouldn't be. He was actually the original band leader for the ubiquitous Melancholy until he left, claiming that they had sold out. I wouldn't be surprised if we got him on the show at some point. I don't know who would man the camera, but I guess it doesn't really matter. My father and my uncle are the producers of the show, Moish and Heuschel Littman. They schemed up this show. Don't exactly know why, but they gave me the job after Tom Brokaw didn't accept. Who can blame the guy? Tom Brokaw. I genuinely hope that this show can improve, and I believe somehow it can. I don't believe it can under its current leadership, but I believe with the right people behind it, it can succeed to some degree. And I don't want to have to resort to making commercials for companies that who are partially funded by the John Birch Society. I feel like my talents are being wasted. is, I guess it's my fault. I'm Casper St. James.